Amid global geopolitical turmoil following its invasion of Ukraine, Russia's Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov is expected to visit India. Now, this will be the first high-level visit from Russia to India since the invasion began on the 24th of February. Trading with India under the rupee-ruble mechanism is likely to be on the agenda. For Lavrov, on his expected visit to New Delhi, the Indian Finance Ministry is already chalking out plans to continue trade, under the mechanism keeping an eye on the Western sanctions against Moscow. The invasion has worsened the already frail ties between Russia and the West. Both sides have tried to engage with New Delhi, that has so far displayed its strategic autonomy. Now, India has abstained from voting on all the Ukraine-Russia resolutions till date, irrespective of whether they were backed by the West or its long-standing ally Russia. It has repeatedly called for dialogue between Kiev and Moscow, calling for immediate cessation of hostilities. Now, and to find an amicable solution to the conflict. Now, the Russian foreign minister had spoken to his Indian counterpart on the 24th of February, on the day Russia invaded Ukraine. Russia has tried to reach out its traditional ally in many ways, amid the crushing sanctions against it ever since. Now, last week, Lavrov held talks with the India envoy during a meeting with envoys of the BRICS nations, and Russia Foreign Minister Andrei Rudenko had met the Indian ambassador Pavan Kapoor in Moscow to brief him on his country's stand in the ongoing conflict. Rudenko is a part of the Russian delegation which held talks with Ukraine. India and Russia share a strong bilateral partnership for decades with deep ties in the defense sector. About 70% of India's defense equipment, including the recent S-400 anti-missile system, comes from Russia. India is one of the main exporters of food grains to Russia. Even though the West has called on nations to give up Russian oil and gas, India went ahead and bought 3 million barrels of oil from Russia at discounted prices earlier this month. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi is expected to travel to Moscow for the annual India-Russia summit later this year. The second in-person 2+2 dialogue for Indian foreign and defense ministers with their Russian counterparts is also slated to be held in Russia this year. Interestingly, the news of Russian foreign ministers expected to visit to India has come just 2 weeks before the 2+2 dialogue between the foreign and defense ministers of India and the United States.